Welcome to Living in El Paso, Texas. My name is John Pena, and with me is Alejandro Sosa. We are going to do an updated 2024 episode on the different areas of El Paso, and we're going to start with the Northeast. Before we do, let's have some pleasantries. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, John. Thanks for asking. I'm kind of glad the weather is getting a little bit warmer. You know, some people complain it doesn't get too cold, but you get used to it here, so I'm glad the weather is getting better.
Yeah, and actually that's a great point. That I'm glad you said that, because a couple episodes back we did the cons of moving to El Paso, and I only came up with 4. And March actually is our windy month, and a lot of people did say, it gets like kind of windy, and like even yesterday it got windy and it was like blowing dust everywhere. So yeah, we do have a windy, dusty month, so I would add that to number 5 of the cons. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to show you lots of maps, give you a little bit of information, and give you some updates on some new areas, which we're both really excited about. But first, just kind of a brief overview. The Northeast is on the east side of the Franklin Mountains. Interstate Highway 54 runs north-south. To the east of Highway 54 is Fort Bliss. And basically Fort Bliss is huge. I believe it's the second largest Army base in the country. It takes up a ton of real estate, and so when you look on a map and there's really like nothing there east of 54, that's because there is something there, but it's military, it's Fort Bliss. So it's a great location also because it's pretty centrally located to everything. You know, yes, it is on the east side of the mountains, but that's where the majority of the development is, and it's super close to downtown, which is awesome. So a really cool area. Now, it has been around a long time, so it does have older homes, right? There's not a ton of new construction, but we're going to talk about that actually now that's starting to come online. Yep. But I'd say the majority of the Northeast is older homes, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Some of the homes built up into the mountains are awesome. You know, they have epic views. You can look over Fort Bliss, Juarez at night, the lights, awesome. So we're going to give you just kind of a breakdown. It's about real estate. We're going to give you a breakdown of kind of what's happening right now as far as prices, and then we're going to talk about some new areas. But let's start with zip code 79904. And what do we got as far as homes, their prices?
Well, that side, I guess I'll consider like the south area of the Northeast. Like you said, a lot of established homes, established neighborhoods. Since the beginning of the year, there's been 32 homes on the market. Average price home in there, it's about $220,000. It is very popular in there, especially on the west side of 54, because you are pretty much, like you said, on the mountain. There's a lot of really beautiful, older, but sometimes remodel homes with nice views. So that area, in my opinion, is very, very popular.
For sure. What's the name of that one? So Mountain Park, Mountain Hills. This is like the area kind of up in the Franklin Mountains. And yeah, I was looking on there this morning. There was like a $3.5 million home in there. So there are some more expensive homes once you get in there. But I mean, average price point, $220,000. Yeah. And we should always talk about this, which we do. Now, if you look on the map here, to the east of Highway 54, there is an area called Angel's Triangle. What are your thoughts on Angel's Triangle?
Well, I think it has more of a bad reputation than it actually is, maybe from years and years ago. Because when I got here, that's one thing I asked. What is the place that everybody thinks that, you know, it's like the worst or like the bad reputation? And people say that that's the area. Now, I've driven there many times. We've helped clients get homes in that area. And I think, again, maybe because I'm come from bigger cities and it's different, the contracts, but it's not as bad as people think it actually is. But I guess it's just depending on perspectives, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I agree. Has a bad reputation, but at the same time, yeah, I've driven through there plenty of times, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. But east of 54, lower price point homes. Yes. I mean, if you're looking for homes like $150,000 or something, like this is one of the few spots where you can still find a home at that price point in a decent area. So that's 79904. Let's go north up to 79924.
So there, a little bit more homes have been on the market. 114 homes since the beginning of the year, with an average price of $209,000. So also very popular area. I think slightly less the average price homes because like John mentioned, in the other zip code, you got those really nice, expensive homes, which obviously puts the price a little bit higher. But this zip code, 79924, it's very, very popular as well. Many, many homes, like you said, 70s, 80s, around there. It's, like I said, very, very popular. Also with military folks, the Northeast is very, very popular as well.
For sure, it's so close to the base, and 209 average price point is amazing. Like in El Paso in general, we're around 255 more or less. So this shows you that, you know, if you're looking for affordability, now of course these are going to be older homes, but they're going to be in nice locations, very conveniently located, plenty of amenities around them. I mean, that's a pretty good price point. And then we're going to get a little more expensive as we go to the northernmost zip code, 79934.
Yeah, 79934, about 79 homes on the market since the beginning of the year. Average price, $248,000. A little bit higher, probably the highest. I would say the same thing as the first zip code. There's a lot of homes on the west side of 54 and close to the mountains or higher price point. A lot of people, when they want mountain views and they either don't want to go on the west side because it might be too far, the Northeast, especially this zip code, I think it's really, really popular. Not only that, like John is mentioning, there's not a lot of new construction. Most of the homes in the Northeast, like you said, 50s, 60s, 70s. Now this zip code, there's a couple neighborhoods like this one called Mesquite Hills, which is a little bit newer. I say early 2000s and up. It's a very popular neighborhood as well. And there's a lot of newer amenities being built in what I call the north of the Northeast, because there's some new construction that we're gonna talk about pretty soon. But that is a very, very popular, so one of the most popular areas and desired in the Northeast, I would say, is this one, and the one that is growing.
For sure. And another area, and we actually have another video, we're gonna show you the thumbnail here, that we did a little spotlight on. It's the North Hills. This is in that same location as well, right by the Franklin Mountains. Chuck Heinrich Park is right there, so if you're into like mountain biking, hiking, running, like you literally are right there. Yep. That's a really popular spot as well. Nicer homes, probably a little bit higher than that 248, but not much. So that's a really cool area. Before we get into the new development of the Northeast, let us give you a little bit more information about what's in there. So you and Miguel did a video also on the outdoor concert plays. What can you tell us about that?
It's beautiful. They usually do it, I think they're in the summer. They have summer concerts, and actually it's very affordable, and they have different sometimes local artists and musicians, sometimes from other parts of the country. And it's really cool because it's pretty much the auditorium or whatever, the stage is in the mountain. It's one of the coolest places that I've ever been when it comes down to entertainment. And it's definitely something that I think it's kind of hitting. I don't think a lot of people know about it, which is kind of surprising because it's something that I think everybody needs to, either by themselves, as a couple, with their family. It's a really, really nice time, yeah.
For sure. McKelligon Canyon is over there. Again, hiking, lots of people run, walk over in that area. There's a couple of golf courses over there. And again, like we had said, plenty of amenities. You're not gonna have to drive far for grocery stores, restaurants, things like that. And so, speaking now kind of something new that's happening, we also did a video on this a while back, but there's a new area and it's called Campo del Sol. And it's in that 79934 area, that northern zip code, kind of in between MLK Jr. Boulevard and McCombs and north of 54. That is going to be pretty epic. I'm going to let Alex talk about it, but I'm going to give you a rough breakdown. And basically, it's about 2,300 acres total. They plan to do about 9,500 homes there. There's 135 acres of just parks, walking trails, 300 acres of commercial, and 4 builders at least that are in the area: Edwards, Tropicana, Classic American, and Desert View. Alex and Miguel were just in the area the other day doing some footage of the Desert View homes in there, which we're going to showcase. But Campo del Sol is a new development, kind of spearheaded by Paul Foster, is my understanding, and it's going to bring that new construction selection to the Northeast, which is going to be awesome. You guys were just there the other day. What are your thoughts?
I think it's great. I mean, last time we were there was maybe almost a year ago, I would say, and it was pretty, there was nothing in there. There's a couple lots, and you can see they were building houses. But you could see the area was really nice, and you can kind of envision it. We was just there 2 days ago, and it has grown tremendously. The amount of houses they already have in their build, they have people already living and moving to the neighborhood. I really like it because, like we're talking about, the Northeast doesn't have a lot of new homes. For the most part, you have to go, far east or Horizon City. And this area of the Northeast, it's really nice location-wise, convenient, next to the mountains, so the views are really nice. Now they do have, it's not a gated community, but they will have amenities that are specifically for the people that live there. So they're gonna have like a gate, they're gonna have like a lazy river, they're gonna have space for like food trucks to go and park, they're gonna have like a little park but with water fountains and stuff. It's gonna be really nice. Now a lot of people are gonna ask, hey, the HOAs, right? Because most places in America, you'll say HOAs are pretty expensive, especially if you have a lazy river and all that stuff. It's $35 a month is what they told me that they're gonna charge for the HOA fees. And I think that's pretty good for everything that it's gonna include. There's quite a bit of, like you said, all these builders are there. They're doing a lot of incentives, right? Because they want a lot of people to move there. But I would say home prices there start $245, $250 and up.
Nice.
$250 to $350. That's, I think, what is going to be the sweet spot of the price point of the homes there. So like John mentioned, a lot of builders, a lot of different options when it comes up to the builders and the different floor plans. So I'm personally really excited about that area. It's a new area, slightly different, and I'm considering whenever I make a move, possibly be in Campo del Sol. It's really, really nice. I'm excited for that area.
Yeah, we're excited too, just because the Northeast, like, it's an epic location, but what turns people off sometimes to it is that the homes are just older. And so now you're gonna be able to get the location of the Northeast, which is great, and newer homes at a pretty affordable price. I mean, $250 to $350.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. So stay tuned, check out the channel. We've got a couple of videos that we're gonna keep churning out that are gonna showcase some of those new homes in Campo del Sol. And of course, as always, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in El Paso, reach out to us, and we'll see you in the next episode.